everybody and welcome to In My Mug, episode number 110 on Monday the 20th of December 2010. My name is Steve Layton and I know this because I can't say words. A very weak link, I know, but not a weak show. I've got an admission to make, time for me to hold my hands up. Can't say I've been overly happy with the past few In My Mugs that we've done. So this week, going to be rocking it. Got loads of information about it. We've got a fantastic coffee to talk about. I'm going to be doing lots with that. So let's move on to the comments because we have lots to cover. Going to start off the comments this week with the cupping notes from the In My Mug app. We've got two in there this week from David Walsh and Big Mac. Both scoring these coffees right up there. David got dark chocolate, cinnamon toast, savoury elements, figs and bitter herbs, which is really, really interesting. Big Mac got chocolate, lemon, lime, nice in Chemex, also good as espresso, more chocolate as a flat white, so that's really cool. Moving on, I just need to swap between to the general comments, and we've got Daniel Rowe said, can't wait for the postman to drop this one off for me. I hope that the snow isn't stopping the postmen getting through to you all. I know we've had some issues with them being a little bit late and stuff, but be patient. I will brew a few in the middle of the night to keep me watching going the cricket. Fingers crossed the test is better for us Aussies. And Daniel, your dreams were answered because that was an awful test for England, absolutely awful. So I'm pleased you got something, some good coffee and a good result for you guys. David Baldwin, thanks so much for this edition of In My Mug. Didn't realise you'd been sick. Have a question for you. My taste buds must be dead. How do you train your senses and flavours and aromas out of a single cup of coffee like you do? Is there something I can do to train myself in that area of coffee enjoyment? Have a great Christmas, Dave. Sunderland are looking good, and they are, Dave, thank you. I am going to do an audio boo on that this week, I promise, on developing your palate, how to pick out tastes, all of those things, and I promise that audio boo is coming this week, so keep an eye. I'll put a link below to our audio boo page, and keep an eye out for that. Chris, I'm doing it again, Chris Rushbrook. Lively is right, so much going in this cup. You've completely hit the nail on the head with dark chocolate covered lemon lime zest, and I think so too. I adore this Colombian, I really, really do. Also getting the floral notes, which is very cool. Emil, this coffee is fun to work with, agreed. Complex taste is changing so much, agreed. Yesterday tasting dark chocolate, this morning no chocolate, but the lime and lemongrass. Lemongrass, interesting. Yeah. Will be an exciting coffee during the week, and it will be one that changes if it lasts longer than Wednesday. That's cool, Emil. Colin Morgan, get the explosion, very interesting, lots going on, really is different in each cup. Awesome. Keith O'Sullivan, great coffee, great venue. Talking to Colin afterwards, it seemed I only missed you by a few minutes. I'm really sorry we didn't get to catch up, Keith. The lime was very prominent for me, mixed in with a lovely bitterish chocolate. Perfect. Still haven't pulled out the floral note, but I'm still working on it, getting the skirting right. Very, very cool. Alex, where are your cupping notes this week in my mug app? Boo! Tried this at first as cafetiere, found it quite underwhelming. Admittedly, tall end of a head cold. Popped it through the pour over this morning and added clarity, or my improved senses made this truly astounding. Getting cocoa on this every sip, grapefruit, lime, yep, that's awesome. Nick Cloggish, what was this an observation test? If so, I spotted it, no doubt a deliberate mistake. Oh no, not a deliberate mistake. Sorry about missing the rose colour off last week's. I edited that on the train, well, on the plane on the way back from Dublin, and then on the train the last little bit, so yeah. Giles, been enjoying this coffee, somehow seems appropriately Christmas, perfect. Flib, and Flibster, thank you very, very much for my presents. Flib has sent me, Simon, I should call him, but he calls himself Flib, so he's going to get Flib. Sent me two little presents, which I'm dead excited about. I'm going to open in next week's In My Mug, so thank you, Flib. Claire McCartney, oh, sorry, I haven't done Flib's comment. Opened the coffee this morning. Got so many great coffees at the moment. and so little time, but ran it through the Chemex and it's near perfect for Christmas. Getting the sweetness, acidity, candied lemon, lime peel, but with a glob of seriously dark chocolate. That is awesome. Yeah, he says about he's going to Norfolk for Christmas. He's got to limit the amount of equipment he takes. You don't need to. You can go into the window and go and see Hayley. So, Claire McCartney, I knew just from the aroma from this bag was going to be great coffee. I was right. I get the dark chocolate to start with, then more fruity taste, a complex but easy to drink coffee. I think that wraps it up very, very nicely there, Claire. And to finish off, Big Mac posted in the In My Mug app, which you can do. You can post to the comments on the In My Mug site through the app. Like this one a lot, got more chocolate when brewed as a flat white, more of the citrus notes using the Chemex, and I think that was an amazing coffee. I think everybody that I've spoken to and I've seen in the comments and had emails from loved that coffee. Luckily we've got lots of it. We've also got the Typica one to do on In My Mug at some point in the future, so that's going to be exciting. So yeah, Christmas. We have an In My Mug that should be coming out on the, anyway, it's the Bank Holiday Monday, which obviously we're not going to do because we're closed. And then we've got the New Year's Day one, which we're still going to be closed. So, Tuesday, we are going to roast your coffee and we're going to send the coffees out. We're going to send you 2 packs. I think you might know what they're going to be because we did it last year for Christmas too. But we're going to send you 2 packs and we're going to do 2 videos. I'm going to release them at the same time. I'm going to probably record them at home over Christmas, maybe come up here because I will be popping in. So yeah, you're going to be getting those early, so I hope that that's okay with everybody. But with the post and everything, I want you to have them. I am hoping that because we send them on the Tuesday, which is the last first class posting day, that everybody's going to get them before Christmas. It may be that some of you get them into the week after, but they'll be nice and rested and these coffees will still be fantastic. So, right, I'm going to whap you on pause. I'm going to go make the drinks and I'll be back in just a second. Okay, so the observant of Andrew will see I have no coffee, but I've decided at the last minute I'm going to do espresso. So the coffee we're going to be looking at today is from Guatemala and is called Grupo de Pequeños Productores de Acatenango. But for my own sanity from this point on, we will call it Grupo. Because that is one heck of a mouthful. It basically means small producers of the Acatenango region. So, as the title suggests, it's grown by a number of small farmers in that region and is a washed coffee. Grown at around about 1,500 metres. Because there's so many farmers, there's quite a lot of variance between the altitudes and it's very difficult to pin it down. But it is all processed at the Puerto Blanco wet mill, which is in Acatenango. The mill is the very important part of the link here. It brings the small growers together to find a route to market, but also keeping a control of the quality that is coming out, so they can sell really good coffee, have really good relationships. This has come from our importer, Macanta, and the relationships can be built on for the benefit of everybody, and you can taste that quality in the final cup. The Puerto Blanco mill was founded in around about year 2000, I think it was, and was there to service that area with quality-focused farmers who will adhere to certain standards to make sure the quality of the beans is not compromised and that the quality is there, but also giving support to those guys. So they're giving them advice, help with kind of fertiliser, help with if they've got problems, how to deal with pulp, waste, all of those things. And also they have the ability to lend financial support to those guys who are finding it particularly difficult, which I think is a really cool idea, and it's great that the farmers can come together with this mill and kind of work together with each other. So I think it's really exciting. I don't normally like co-op coffees, but this one, we cooked it, loved it, and then found out it was a co-op coffee afterwards. And if it's a great coffee, it's a great coffee. And more and more I'm finding that some of the co-op coffees are producing some really great quality. So, a factette. Acatenango is in the south of Guatemala, and I'm going to show you a map on the screen now, which is very near to the city of Antigua. Very lucky to go to Antigua, and this is where I learnt this factette. But Antigua was the second capital of Guatemala. So they had a capital and then they moved it to Antigua. But in 1776, they had to move it again to Guatemala City. So Antigua was no longer the capital. And this was because of the violent eruptions that they had from the volcanoes around that time. There are still loads of them all around the farm, all around the farms and all around the city. One of them's still incredibly active. And I just find it funny. Can you imagine us moving to London or you know, kind of Paris no longer becomes the capital of France because, yeah, it's just crazy. But that is Central South American history. There's so many instances of those kind of things going on. So let's get some numbers. So, as I've said, this is produced by various small farms in the Acatenango region. It is a fully washed coffee, sun-dried on patios, altitude between, I think it's about 800 and 2,100. So we went for the middle, which is 1,520 odd. And it is in the region of Acatenango, and the closest, no, the city of Acatenango, and is in the region of Chimalantango. See which one? This is great. Varietal, we don't really know, and this is a big problem with co-op coffees when you have so many people putting into the pot. I think varietal is very difficult to pin down, and even when you see it pinned down, I always take it with a little bit of pinch of salt. We really don't know what the varietal of this one is. But what we do know is it's very, very tasty. So, I'm going to whack you on pause. I'm going to go and make the espresso, make the cappuccino, and I shall be back with you in just a moment. Okay, so I'm back. I'm going to start with snozzer in the bowl first of all. And the overall smell you get off this, you get like a sugar, brown sugar, and a little bit of a citrus going on, but it's a bit closed. I'm really looking forward to kind of diving in because I know what it can do, certainly in the espresso. I'm going to show you a picture of the rose colour now. I will remember to put this one in. As you can see, this is what I would call a medium dark roast. It's really in that kind of perfect kind of, you know, oil's not showing just before, into second crack, but not too far into it. So yeah, let's dive into the cup. Now the big thing now is the sweetness has kind of changed and you're really getting an overwhelming citrus, and you can really smell oranges on this. I know that it's coming, so I'm a little bit preempted to it, but I can really smell like the satsumari type tangerine. So, and it hits you, it just hits you in the mouth. Real tangerine, orange, but burnt sugar, not badly, but you know, caramelised sugar. So yeah, burnt sugar is not a good thing, is it? But caramelised sugar, so that kind of sweetness, but a stickiness, and it really finishes off on this toasted nuts flavour that I adore in espresso. Got really excited about this one when I tried it as espresso, really excited, and that's why I was going to go and do the brewed when I did the first bit, and I thought, actually no, I'm going to do an espresso and cappuccino. So let's try it in some milk. I don't want to be overcritical of it because I think it's a superb espresso, but in the milk, it kind of disappears a little bit. Maybe it's because I've been drinking so many blends recently, and with the blend revamps and stuff, all I've been doing is blends. And blends and milk, you can really kind of bring those flavours out. It's a bit one-dimensional, it's a bit flat. As a single origin espresso, it's phenomenal though, you know. But in milk, it just kind of fades off a little bit. I hope you like it. I hope you have a chance to try it. If you're not a subscriber, voucher code coming up below. It's going to give you 50p off for the next couple of weeks. I've already decided that this voucher code is going to be called Grupo because, yeah, that's what it's going to get called in here all the time. I'm certainly not going to go through the big long name. I'm going to go. Thank you for joining me again. Sorry for the coat. It's absolutely freezing in here. But before I go, I've got a little message for you all. I'm not going to strip off more than my coat, I promise. Life is too short for bad coffee.